Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please join us as we pay tribute to our great country. Please stand and remove your headgear for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the playing of the national anthem by senior band members, Naisa Gonzalez, Melanie Rodriguez, Nicole Payne, Abraham Torres, and Emmanuel Arevalo. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good evening, parents. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pedro Alvarez Jr., and I'm the principal of McAllen Memorial High School, the best high school. As always, Memorial brings the thunder. Our kids today are being recognized and celebrated for their hard work. And before we begin, I would like to say and express that we have our 40th anniversary this year. At this time, I ask any Memorial graduates that are in the stands to please stand and be recognized. Thank you so much. I'm extremely proud to be standing before the class of 2020. I would like to recognize the principals on our vertical team, which are sitting over here on my right. Without their hard work and dedication, and their teachers, and the staff, we couldn't be here today. To start off, Ms. Leticia Infante from Bonham Elementary. Mr. Carlos Mora from Jose Escandon Elementary. Ms. Cristina Hernandez from Gonzalez Elementary. Ms. Deborah Loya Thomas from Sam Houston Elementary. Mr. Miguel Herrera from Jackson Elementary. Mr. Albert Irlas from Roosevelt Elementary. Mr. Alfredo Gutierrez from Brown Middle School. Mr. Melvin Benford from Cathy Middle School. Also, from Instructional Guidance Center, Mr. Fernando Gutierrez. Thank you. At this time, I would also like to recognize my administration, Ms. Yvonne Caldwell, our Dean of Instruction. Ms. Rebecca Bechtel, 12th grade administrator, right back here. Mr. Jesus Lozano, our administrator for 10th grade going to, actually he's 11th grade going to 12. Mr. Lozano, where are you? Somewhere out here, right over here. Mr. Ramiro Castillo, who put all this together with the help and support of the admin. Mr. Castillo, Ramiro Castillo walking right there on the side. Thank you, Mr. Castillo. And Ms. Cassandra Rodriguez, also my 9th grade administrator, moving into 10th. Ms. Cassie, right over here. And last but not least, Alicia Flores, our school improvement facilitator, right at the end, right there. Thank you so much for your help. Without them, we cannot run this school. But most of all, the school is our 2020 students. Congratulations again. And now I'd like to formally introduce Student Council President Andrea Barbara Tamez, who will be leading our ceremony today. Thank you once again, and congratulations to everyone.
Good evening. Welcome Dr. Gonzalez, board members, staff, friends, family, and the graduating class of 2020. I'd like to thank the staff of Memorial High School for making our last 4 years an amazing experience and preparing us to go on with this next chapter in our lives, whether they be through work, military service, or continuing our education. I would personally like to thank those faculty members that have been a part of my life since birth. Many of you don't know this, but the first time I was in the halls of Memorial was when I was 6 weeks old. I grew up with Mrs. Martin, Mrs. Sotelo, Mr. Ramirez, Coach Celso, Coach Rico, and Coach Littleton. I learned to ride my bike here. I celebrated birthdays with Mustang Stan and Sally, and I was even part of the Baby Stangs float during homecoming parades. We began this year with hopes of making this our best year of high school. Unfortunately, we were faced with COVID-19. The class of 2020 is the class of perseverance. Many of us were born in the time of 9/11, and now we face our first global pandemic. Instead of letting these hard times get to us, we are finding ways of getting through it together. As we prepare for our future, our voices will become stronger. We have the power to speak and make a change. In hard, unfair times, such as those that we are experiencing now, it is crucial that we all stand together and speak about issues that negatively impact us and our country. We have a voice, and to not use it is equivalent to compliance. I know that the class of 2020 is the class that positively initiates change, and we will be the turning point in any of this country's cycle of racism and discrimination. Thank you, good luck, and go Mustangs! Now please welcome Mia Ariana Perez, our senior class president.
First, I would like to thank my family for their unconditional love and support. Without them, this journey would certainly be different. And to all families, thank you for always shining your light on our lives. Your sacrifices do not go unnoticed. Many of us thought we would not get the opportunity to celebrate this special day, yet here we are, exemplifying that in spite of all odds, we have persevered as a class to overcome these trying times. The class of 2020 will forever go down in history as one like no other. And it is because of these losses and challenges that we've endured. We have learned to overcome and rise. And that lesson in itself will drive each and every one of us to not shy away from adversity, but strive for a path of greatness. To our teachers, we wouldn't be here without your constant motivation and guidance. Thank you for preparing us for the next chapter of our lives. To my fellow classmates, what wonderful memories we have made. Our journey together has been filled with great friendships, life-changing experiences, and some of the best times of our lives. One thing is certain, through our successes and through our failures, we have always done it together as a Mustang family. I could not have picked a better group of classmates to share such a special part of my life with. It's been a pleasure leaving a legacy with you these past 4 years. Great things await us, and there is not a more powerful time to be coming of age than now, and I am eager to see how we will change the world. Thank you.
I now introduce to you Dr. J.A. Gonzalez, Superintendent of the McAllen Independent School District, who will introduce the members of the Board of Education and present the class of 2020.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here at this very special event as we celebrate the class of 2020 for McAllen Memorial High School. How about a round of applause for all of our students this evening? Class of 2020, we're very proud of you all. This has been the class of resilience, the class with grit, and you all have taken care of business. I know that you had to call an audible right in the middle of the spring semester, and you've done a tremendous job of getting to this point, so I want to congratulate you all and thank you all for being tough. At this time, I'd like to introduce a very special group of individuals that spend much time away from their families to ensure that our district runs at its full potential, and that is our Board of Trustees. I'll start with our Board President, Mr. Conrado Alvarado. Vice President, Mr. Sam Saldivar Jr. Board Secretary, Mr. Tony Furina. Trustee, Mr. Danny Vela. Trustee, Mrs. Debbie Crane Aliceda. Trustee, Mr. Larry Esparza. And Trustee, Mr. Marco Suarez. We appreciate our board very much for the oversight and the guidance they give us to ensure that we continue being a driving force across the state of Texas in public ed. Also, a special group of students that are enlisting in the U.S. services, the armed forces, we appreciate you all. Please stand and be recognized when I call your name. Enlisting in the United States Army, Aaron Williams. Attending Texas Tech on a full ROTC scholarship with a commitment to serve in the U.S. Army, Demi Banks. Attending the U.S. Naval Academy with a commitment to serve in the U.S. Army, Campbell Spates. And there's a correction, he will serve in the U.S. Navy, and he's also going to play football there, so congratulations to Campbell. Also, any audience members that are currently serving or have served in the armed forces, please stand at this time. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you so very much for your service. We appreciate you all very much. Also, if you're a member of the superintendent's student ambassadors or the president's counselor for the superintendent, please stand and be recognized. These students helped tremendously in providing guidance to us as an executive leadership team. Thank you for providing the student voice to us. You helped us tremendously this year. Thank you so much. Buenos días, padres, abuelos, tías y familiares. Gracias por estar aquí en este evento tan especial. Es un gran honor estar aquí con ustedes. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I've been with the district for 22 years, and I've been so proud to be a part of this team. McAllen ISD is a special place. McAllen, Texas is a special place because of everybody in this stadium. As I walked in with the team and with the graduates and with the procession, it was a sight to see all of you showing so much pride and happiness and waving and cheering on the graduates. It says a lot about you and your character. So to all of the family members and parents in the audience, thank you so much. Students, how about a round of applause for our parents and family members? And also to our students, I want to thank you all. I know that this year, as we got into the spring semester, you guys had to take care of business from a distance, and you all did a tremendous job. Thank you so much for following the game plan and for doing everything that you had to do to get this point in the game. You showed your resiliency, you showed that you can overcome obstacles, and those attributes are going to help you in the next phase of your life. So on behalf of the administration and the entire McAllen ISD family and the school board, thank you very, very much. Round of applause for our students. Also, a special thank you to Mr. Alvarez and the team, our principal. How about a round of applause for Mr. Alvarez and the administration, the teachers, the support staff, everybody at Memorial High School. Thank you so much for leading in these difficult times, but doing it gracefully and making it look easy. Thank you very much to the entire staff at McAllen Memorial. And finally, graduates, if I can leave you with one piece of advice, and I hope that you take this advice to heart and hope that you even have a conversation about this at dinner tonight. And it's this: as you go through life, do everything in your power to make your parents and your families proud of you. Do everything that you can as you go through life within your power to make your parents and your family proud of you. You've surely done that tonight, and you'll have many opportunities throughout your lifetime to continue doing that. So I encourage you to keep being the fighters that you are, to keep pushing hard, and to keep being the wonderful students that you are. Class of 2020, I wish you all nothing but the very best in the next phase of life. If I can ever do anything to help you out, please reach out to me. I'm here for you all. We love you all, respect you all, and know that you're going to do great things. I can't wait to sit back and see it all unfold. Thank you very much, Class of 2020, and congratulations. And now, please help me welcome to the podium our Vice President, Mr. Sam Saldivar, Jr.
Rolling Thunder graduates, McAllen Memorial Mustangs class of 2020. That was a way to get started with this ceremony this afternoon, wasn't it? A little bit scary, but I think all of you were already excited, probably in the car and ready to go to get here this evening, and well, you should have been. I'd like to thank the board president, Conrado Alvarado, for allowing me to address you this afternoon to give the board's message. This evening, we are celebrating your hard work, your focus and dedication that has brought you to this milestone in your life. We join your friends, family, teachers in celebrating you, your accomplishments, and the exciting opportunities ahead in your future. Yes, we hear about many of the things that have gone on from the time soon after 9/11, the wars that have been going and ongoing throughout the world, the injustice that is happening here in our country, about the pandemic, the financial crisis. But you, each one of you, has the courage and the training and the experience because of your involvement at McAllen ISD that we have every hope and aspiration that you will help solve these problems as we go forward in this country. Never forget how hard you have worked to be here this evening. Never forget the sacrifices you and your family have made so you could earn the opportunities that are ahead. Let us take a moment to breathe and take it in. Appreciate how far you have come and keep going. Face each other's challenges with self-confidence that all your teachers and your education, quality education that you received at McAllen ISD has prepared you for anything that will come your way and ensure that you will continue to move forward. As 2020 graduates, you are starting the next chapter of your lives in the most challenging of times, as I mentioned earlier. There will be successes. There will be obstacles, setbacks, difficult days. You said, hey, we took pre-AP and we did all right, didn't we? Prepare them, but don't give up. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. We all make them. I can only tell you stories of how many that we all have made. But it is part of the journey. These life challenges are important opportunities to hit reset. Get back up. Use the lessons learned and continue growing strong. Surround yourself with good people who will continue to inspire you to grow. Trust your inner voice to guide you to stay true to your own sense of principles and values. Nurture the courage to follow your heart. You have a unique talent, a special calling that no one else has. You are unique. You matter. Be open and continue to learn. Dream big and work hard, but work smart to develop your talents and achieve your dreams. Stay focused on what really matters. Never forget to say thank you and always pay it forward. Be compassionate. Be of service to others. Call your family, especially your mother, and convey your special feelings to all you care about with 3 simple words. I love you. Live all of your life, because the secret of life, and now that you're adults, we adults can share that with you tonight. The secret of life is to live it, and live it to its fullest. Grab it with both hands and don't let go. See it and appreciate it and have fun. When you wake up in the morning, give the blessings that this is another day for you to succeed, for you to show your talent, for you to persevere, for you to gain and acquire all that you hope for, and most importantly, to fulfill your purpose in life. And no matter how far your dreams and ambitions may take you, remember, always remember, McAllen will always be your home. We are so proud of you. God bless, and may He continue to guide you throughout your journeys. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations on your graduation here, the class of 2020, McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Good night.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce Miss Andrea Nicole Ashburn, salutatorian for the class of 2020, to present the salutatory address.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow graduates, family, staff, administration, and viewers online who were unable to attend due to our current circumstances. From the moment I knew I had to give a speech, in the true spirit of high school, I procrastinated. Thank you all for celebrating this milestone with us. Due to COVID-19, many of us thought this day would never happen. On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to thank all the teachers who put up with our one-of-a-kind class and had the biggest impacts on who we are today. Your work does not go unnoticed. Even if some of us did pretend not to notice your Google Classroom assignments during distance learning. I know sometimes we weren't always the best, but we know in our hearts that we were truly your favorite seniors. To the counselors, thank you for encouraging and supporting me throughout my high school career at Memorial. To the coaches and trainers, thank you for showing me that my athletic ability is better shown on the bench than on the court. But seriously, thank you for giving me some of the best experiences of high school. To the administration, thank you for all the hard work you put in for us, especially all the time and effort to create the first ever senior parade drive. It was a wonderful way to end an unexpected year and help make up for the events we missed. Thank you to all my friends and acquaintances that had such a powerful impact on me and never stopped believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I would name you all individually, but then we would never get out of here. To the people I was not able to meet and get to know, thank you for being a part of my journey here at Memorial High School. And I'm sorry if I weirded you out by smiling at you in the halls. I was just trying to be nice. Thank you to my big family for all that you did and continue to do for me. I love you all, and I do not know what I would do without you, especially you, Dad. Last and most importantly, thank you, God, for blessing me with the opportunities I have been given and the people I've met throughout my journey at Memorial High School. In 8th grade, Mr. Benford talked about leaving a legacy. Well, the class of 2020 definitely left a legacy on Memorial. I know this is not how we saw our senior year ending at all, and I'm sure we all shed a few tears and were upset about why this was happening to us. However, we cannot forget the amazing memories we were able to make throughout our 4 years here. Friday night lights, pep rallies with horses that poop, secretly buying and selling Toothy Chips, beating McHoo for the 10th year in a row, fine arts performances and shows, basketball games, sorry, I'm biased, as well as all the other sports events, Mobamba mosh pits, school dances, and of course, buying Dairy Queen blizzards to beat the other high schools. Shout out to Dairy Queen. The legacy we leave behind is a great one. We were resilient throughout our 4 years at Memorial, especially our senior year. Our class will be remembered as the class that stayed strong and positive in the face of adversity, and as the class that pulled off the longest senior skip day in history. I would like to leave you all with a few words from one of my quarantine binge shows. Today is the day my life begins. Today, I become a citizen of the world. Today, I become a grown-up. Today, I become accountable to someone other than myself and my parents. Accountable for more than my grades. Today, I become accountable to the world, to the future, to all the possibilities that life has to offer. Starting today, my job is to show up wide-eyed and willing and ready. For what? I don't know. For anything, for everything. To take on life, to take on love, to take on the responsibility and possibility. Today, my friends, our lives begin, and I, for one, can't wait. God bless and go Mustangs.
It is an honor to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2020, Mr. David Lee, who will present the valedictory address.
Good evening, everyone. Before we begin, I would first like to dedicate a moment of silence to George Floyd and the countless other victims of racial prejudice in the United States, and also show our solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. Thank you. Now I'll begin. Good evening, Memorial faculty, staff, and the graduates and family of the class of 2020. I would first like to acknowledge that most of us have made it here because of the support and help of many other people. I personally would like to show some gratitude towards the people that have helped me along my high school journey. First, I would like to thank all of the teachers and staff who have helped me, especially my IB teachers and my UIL coordinators. Shout out to Mr. Moore, Mr. Garza, and Ms. Martin. Next, I would like to thank all of the friends that I've made along the journey who have always made my day brighter and who have made the struggles of high school worthwhile. And finally, I would like to thank my parents who have sacrificed so much to give me more opportunities. My dad, who taught me the importance of discipline and curiosity, and my mom, who works tirelessly to support our family and is always there when I need her. Now let me begin. When we first walked into high school, we were wide-eyed and nervous. I think we can all relate to the feelings of confusion and angst that accompanied freshman year. Freshman year, I joined clubs and I quit clubs. I lost friends and I found friends. I struggled and I failed, especially during midterms and finals. And going through the rest of high school, we have all learned our own paths and destinies. We have all had our own personal lessons about life, and we have all become more intelligent, more mature, and more strong. As Andrea, the salutatorian, stated earlier, we have left behind a legacy at Memorial High School. We have gone through all the rigorous classwork, morning practices, Saturday sports meets, SAT tests, and endless amounts of late-night studying. We have graduated despite all odds, and we are ready for the world. The class of 2020 is resilient, and I congratulate every single one of you. But graduates, we will soon inherit the world that everyone is calling for us to change. And as we pass into adulthood, we are faced with the burdens and responsibilities of shouldering the future of America. Although today we are united as a graduating class, the America that we will inherit is in a deep state of confusion. As classes before us, we are charged with fixing the problems of our country. This is the America we will soon inherit. An America whose administration failed to deliver on the healthcare infrastructure that Americans needed during this pandemic and opted for a message of blame. an American whose administration creates policies around irrational xenophobic fears, an America that was built on the idea of rebellion but is still entangled with prejudice in the housing, banking, and police systems. In the past few weeks, the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery have shaken our nation to its core. And recently, protests and riots have sprouted across the country in a cathartic wake-up call to the afflictions of America's systems of oppression. We are still very much haunted by Jim Crow, slavery, and segregation. This is the America we will soon inherit. Class of 2020, we have realized all of this only in the time span of several months. This is the America we will soon shoulder, and although some may see these problems as burdens, I see it as opportunities to build our country. And this is what we should do. To all the graduates, I urge you to go and be unafraid. In college, I plan on joining student government, public service groups like the Phillips Brooks House Association, mock trial, and cultural centers. I will listen to unheard voices. I will be an advocate for what I believe in, and I will use my platforms to make progress. When you go to college, make sure your voice is heard. Join the Student Government Association at UT Austin, A&M, UTRGV, or STC. Join a local service club and find out what problems your community faces. Even more, I urge you to vote, not only for the presidential election, but also all the local authorities, district attorney, mayor, county officials. These are all politicians that we vote for. Know what you stand for, regardless of political position, and make sure your vote counts, because silence is lethal. Go and protest, go and advocate, go and make sure your community is making changes for the better. Whatever you decide to do after this point is important in making a difference. To the future lawyers and politicians of Memorial High School, use your education and your connections to change the status quo. To the future doctors and scientists, use your skills to aid this country and make sure your expertise is never drowned out by indifferent leaders. To future law enforcement and military servicemen, we respect you for your service, and we believe that you can radically change these institutions for the better. Remember, you represent progress for the United States' police force and military. And to the future teachers, we know that the power of education can change entire generations. Recognize this power and put it to good use. Wherever you go, class of 2020, you have the tools to impact our planet. We are coming of age in a time where America is learning and developing its identity. Yes, the path to change is hard, but we should not be dismayed. Instead, we should keep in mind that we have the power to mend. We are courageous and we are brave. We have learned so much about life in the span of a few months. The pandemic has completely changed the course of our senior year, and now we understand that life can sometimes disappoint, that life is not obligated to give us what we expect. And we know what it means to have fortitude, to continue through despite difficulties, and to graduate even in the most difficult of circumstances. Through our Memorial High School community, pep rallies, friends, and classrooms, we are constantly reminded that we can accomplish so much by working together. We all know that there's so much more that unites us rather than divides us. We were born in the shadow of 9/11, and we are graduating in the wake of a global pandemic. If that doesn't show how strong our class is, I don't know what does. So don't be afraid, class of 2020. Go out into the world and take the necessary steps to change things, and congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to also recognize our teachers. As you can see, we have 4 students here, up here on top, but we have 538 students on the field, and all of them had one of our teachers. If you're a teacher from McAllen Memorial High School, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all your support and help and guidance for our students, our Mustangs. Also, at this time, I'd like to recognize our counseling staff who has been working tirelessly for the last year. Right here on my right, behind this table, our counseling staff, please stand. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I know Ms. Valdez is retiring this year, and I want to thank you, Ms. Valdez, for all your hard work and dedication to McAllen Memorial High School. Thank you so much. Mr. Alvarado, members of the Board of Trustees, it is an honor for me to certify the class of 2020. They have met all the requirements for graduation for a certificate of completion or have met the requirements under Senate Bill 213 as prescribed by the Texas Education Agency and the McAllen Independent School District. In addition, 43 students have also met the course requirements and are candidates for graduation under the International Baccalaureate Program. Will the first row please stand and approach the platform right over here? We're ready to roll. We're gonna make it rain diplomas here now. As the seniors approach the platform, I would like to point out that the top 10% of the class will be recognized on our program for academic achievement. The top 2% are designated summa cum laude. The next 3% are designated magna cum laude, and the next 5% are designated cum laude. These students will be wearing the traditional honor stoles in recognition of their achievement. At this time, Mr. Celso Gonzalez will be calling out the names of the 2020 graduates. Before we begin, I would like to point out that as the candidates walk onto the stage, their names will be displayed on the screen with their designations. Mr. Gonzalez will be calling out only the students' top 3 designations. That does not mean that they did not have more. On your program, you will find all the designations for each individual student. Here we go.
Okay, one more last time, Mustangs. It's Wednesday, June 10th. If it's your graduation, happy graduation. Let's get this started. David Lee, summa cum laude, IBDC, National Merit Scholar, National AP Scholar. Andrea Nicole Ashburn, summa cum laude, National Hispanic Scholar, AP Scholar. Andrea Barbara Tames, AP Program Grad, DLA, Arts and Humanities. Mia Ariana Perez, cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Myra Sunjani Gutierrez, cum laude, IBDC, AP Scholar with distinction. Sofia Hernandez, summa cum laude, National Hispanic Scholar, AP Scholar with honor. Michael Anthony Morales, summa cum laude, National Hispanic Scholar, AP Scholar with honor. Aisa Loredo, summa cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Dulce Trinidad Sanchez Chaverro, summa cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Suniti Jane, summa cum laude, IBDC, AP Scholar with distinction. Yasmin Aisha Medrano, summa cum laude, National Hispanic Scholar, AP Scholar with honor. Jose Dagoberto Gutierrez Jr., summa cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Isael Cantu, Foundation High School Program Grad. Javier Delgado, Foundation High School Program Grad. Noel Odilia Elizondo, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Alexis Miguel Salazar Guerrero. Okay. That's, okay, this one's, yeah, this is the one. Okay. We're a little behind. Jose Mario Caballero, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Angelica Elizabeth Flores, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Brian Calderon, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Caleb Agustin Ochoa, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Paul Anthony Williams, Jr., Foundation High School Program grad. Dominic Rene de Hoyos. Clarissa Judith Acosta, DLA, Early Grad, Multidisciplinary Studies. Eduardo Damian Acuna, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Alan Aguia, DLA, RGV Lead, Public Services. Gabriel Aguilar Garza, IBDC, AP Program Grad, DLA. Jordan Marie Aguilar, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad, DLA. Randy Aguilar Jr., DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Anthony Aguirre, AP Program Grad, DLA, Business and Industry. Mia Mondragon Aleman, magna cum laude, IBDC, National Hispanic Scholar. Dana Yaretzi Alonso Barbosa, DLA, RGV Lead, Public Services. Edgar Isais Alonso, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alexis Alvarado, magna cum laude, IBDC, AP Scholar with Distinction. Alyssa Nicole Alvarado, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Ryan Jeffrey Alvarado, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Luis Roberto Alvarez Uribe, DLA, Early Grad, Multidisciplinary Studies. Andrea Deyanira Aranda, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Leslie Asanet Aranda Alejandra, DLA, National Honor Society, Public Services. Adam Aurelio Arellano, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Emmanuel Arevalo Rodriguez, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. Fernando Javier Argenal, cum laude, National Hispanic Scholar, AP Scholar with Distinction. Monica Nicole Armendariz, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Eric Elpidio Arredondo, DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Giselle Arredondo, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Kimberly Michelle Arredondo, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Sarah Guadalupe Arredondo Miram, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad, DLA. Eric Anthony Abitia, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Demi Banks, DLA, National Honor Society, Public Services. Colin Timothy Baus, cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Hugo Armando Basan, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Justin Reed Peralta Bayo, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Ruby Molina Rangel, RGB Lead, Early Grad, Arts and Humanities. Ryan Jordan Borrego, AP CAP, AP Program Grad, DLA. Kylie Jacqueline Briton, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Melanie Michelle Briton, DLA, RGB Lead, Spanish Honor Society. Fernando Jose Briones, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Humberto Briones, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Jose Maria Bueno, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Emily Lisbeth Buenrostro, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Kylie Lane Buentello, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Leonel Alejandro Caballero, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Fabian Cabrera Jr., DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Citlali Cabrera, DLA, National Honor Society, Business and Industry. Annette Carali Calderon Torres, DLA, Public Service, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alvaro Ricardo Cantu Martinez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Camila Cantu Benavides, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Diego Cantu Rios, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Jesus Elian Cantu, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Matthew Thomas Cantu, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Salvador Cantu III, DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Evelyn Jacqueline Cardenas, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Carla Berenice Cardosa Cruz, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Alexandria Renee Carrillo, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Rebecca DeLay Caro, DLA, RGB Lead, National Honor Society. Elliot Jess Castorena, DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Brianna Alicia Caudillo, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Alexandra Guadalupe Cavazos, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Alyssa Gabriela Cavazos, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Kevin Lee Cavazos, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Kimberly Lynette Cavazos, DLA, Public Service, Arts and Humanities. Eduardo Cerda, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Tanya Montserrat Cervantes Rodriguez, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Justin Chavez, DLA, STEM, Business and Industry. Jake Edward Chapa, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. Eason Ramesses Chaguar, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Chantal Charles, cum laude, AP Cap, AP Scholar. Juan Antonio Chavez Perales, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Kevin Brian Chavez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jeffrey Alonso Cogram III, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Julio Cesar Contreras, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Matthew Ryan Cortez, DLA, Business and Industries, Arts and Humanities. Saul Ivan Cruz, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Viviana Marie Cruz, AP Program Grad, DLA, National Honor Society. Bianca Michelle Cuellar, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Maxine Angeline Cuellar, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Rodrigo Davila, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Angel de la Cruz, STC, DLA, RGB Lead. Brandon de la Garza Alanis, DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Michaela Elise de la Fuente, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Carly Adriana Joel de la Garza, magna cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Daniel Isai de Leon, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Hector Javier de Leon Jr., DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Orlando de Leon Rodriguez, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Brianna Michelle Diaz, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Miguel Angel Diaz, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Jesus Adan Dominguez, DLA, RGV Lead, Multidisciplinary Studies. Stephanie Abigail Dominguez Hernandez, AP Program grad, DLA, National Honor Society. Mark Anthony Dorset, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Jacqueline Robine Douglas, AP Program grad, DLA, STEM. Kayla Meadow Dow, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Joanna Lucia Duran Garcia, DLA, RGV Lead, National Honor Society. Robin Caroline Eddy, magna cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program grad. Sergio Arturo Elizondo Jr., DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Ulisa Elizondo, DLA, RGV Lead, Arts and Humanities. Abel Escalon, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Patricio Escamilla, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Amber Michelle Esparza, DLA, STEM, Business and Industry. Gustavo Alonso Esparza Jr., DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Stefania Espinosa Pacheco, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Christian Espinosa, DLA, RGV Lead, Arts and Humanities. Janae Rianne Espinosa, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Joan Mario Espinosa, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Joshua Simone Espinosa, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Aaron Omar Estrella, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary grad. Ociel Ivan Falcon, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Grant Gonzo Ferris, AP Program grad, DLA, Business and Industries. Luisa Madei Flores, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Tamara Flores, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Max Alexander Gallardo, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Victoria Lynn Gallardo, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Kaylin Gallegos, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industries. Mark Antonio Gallegos, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alondra Edith Garcia, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Cynthia Yamalet Garcia Gonzalez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Bilingual, Biliterature. Edna Karina Garcia Herrera, IBDC, AP Scholar, AP Program grad. Fernando Alonso Garcia, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Gabriela Alyssa Garcia, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Ileana Garcia Hernandez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Joseph Anthony Garcia, STC, DLA, RGB Lead. Julissa Jeanette Garcia, DLA, Early Grad, Multidisciplinary Studies. Kevin Fernando Garcia Mendez, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Macario Elian Garcia, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Ociel Garcia, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Yesenia Garcia, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Alberto Garza, DLA, STEM, Multidisciplinary Studies. Angel Ivan Garza Hasso, RGB Lead, Early Grad, Multidisciplinary Studies. Brandon Garza, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Daniel Jonathan Garza, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Genesis Rose Garza, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Maria de Los Angeles Garza, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Matthew Garza, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Melanie Garza, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Service. Oscar Garza Martinez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Renee Danielle Garza, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Ricardo Raul Garza Martinez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Rafael Godoy Jr., DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Alyssa Nicole Gomez Baxter, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Diego Sebastian Gomez, DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Jorge Alfredo Gomez, Foundation High School Program Grad. Josue Gomez Artiaga, DLA, STEM, Multidisciplinary Studies. Caitlin Miranda Gomez, cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Nathan Nathaniel Gomez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Abraham Guadalupe Gonzalez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Alfonso Gonzalez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alyssa Ray Gonzalez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alyssa Sarai Gonzalez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industries. Andrea Gonzalez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industries. Angelina Giselle Gonzalez, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Antonio Gonzalez Jr., DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Brian Ray Gonzalez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Frida Alessandra Gonzalez, DLA, Early Grad, Arts and Humanity. Gerson Uriel Gonzalez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Jesus Mario Gonzalez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Grad. Jose Antonio Gonzalez II, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Luis Lauro Gonzalez Jr., DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Naisa Gonzalez, cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Perla Esmeralda Gonzalez Hernandez, DLA, Public Service, Multidisciplinary Studies. Prisma Gonzalez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Raul Gonzalez Jr., DLA, RGB Lead, STEM. Sergio Alejandro Gonzalez, magna cum laude, AP Scholar with Honor, AP Program Grad. Vanessa Gonzalez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Timothy Robin Graham, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. Javan Efrain Guajardo, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alexander Moses Guerra, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Jacob Robert Guerra, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Jesselyn Vianney Guerra, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Jose Ivan Guerra Jr., DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Luis Arnulfo Guerrero, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Alexia Giselle Guevara, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Kobe Michael Gershaw, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Eduardo Gutierrez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Galilea Gutierrez, AP Program Grad, DLA, FHS. Cassandra Itzel Gutierrez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Leslie Nicole Gutierrez, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Lizette Gutierrez, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Alejandra Guzman Ramirez, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Macy Glenn Henderson, cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. America Hernandez, AP Cap, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Ana Cristina Hernandez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Diego Ismael Hernandez Villegas, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Georgina Hernandez Baeza, magna cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Jennifer Hernandez, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Nashley Iana Hernandez, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Sergio Hernandez, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Victoria Esperanza Hernandez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Alejandro Jose Hilario, DLA, STEM, Multidisciplinary Studies. Armando Hinojosa Jr., DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Eduardo Hinojosa, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Kaylee Michelle Holden, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Holly Bio Finn Hu Jenkinson, AP CAP, AP Program Grad, DLA. Salomon Alfonso Ibarra, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. Christian Joel Islas, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Arnoldo Jamarillo, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Ashley Denise Haragi, DLA, RGB Lead, National Honor Society. Callista Danielle Johnson, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Hasael Ricardo Juarez, AP Scholar with Distinction, AP Program Grad, DLA. Carson Gunnar Kinney, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Frederick Lambert III, DLA, Foundation High School Program Grad. Joseph Andrew Lara, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Ricardo Leal Jr., DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Ashante Nicole Lee, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Mauricio Lajarza, AP Program Grad, DLA, Business and Industry. Esteban Daniel Lepe, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. Juliana Giselle Longoria, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Chloe Teresa Lopez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Fabian Andres Lopez, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Giovanni Alexander Lopez, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Joel Lopez III, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Mario Alberto Lopez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Miguel Angel Lopez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Natalie Alexandra Lopez, STC, DLA, RGB Lead. Valerie Janae Lopez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Brandy Nicole Luna, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alejandro Mangana Gloria, Magna Cum Laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Miriam Mansour, DLA, Early Grad, STEM. James Cameron Maples, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Sydney Ray Marburger, Magna Cum Laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Christian Gabriel Maroquin, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Alethea Monique Martinez, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Elian Martinez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Evie Pro Martinez, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Francisco Ivan Martinez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Frida Alejandra Martinez, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Karen Martinez, DLA, RGV Lead, Public Services. Laisha Martinez, magna cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Larissa Lisette Martinez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Melanie Martinez, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Samantha Marie Martinez. Sebastian Martinez, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. Stephanie Yesenia Martinez, AP Program Grad, DLA, Spanish Honor Society. Jasmine Marie Mata, magna cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Alexandra Abigail Medina, DLA, RGV Lead, National Honor Society. Christopher Isaac Medina, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad, DLA. Jason Medina, DLA, Early Grad, Arts and Humanities. Sebastian Medina, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Victor Hugo Mena, Teniente, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Caitlin Menchaca, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Genesis Alejandra Mendez Trevino, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Stacy Lynn Mendoza, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Jason Daniel Miller, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alondra Monsivais, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jose Angel Mondragon, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Ismet Montelongo, DLA, RGV Lead, Spanish Honor Society. Jessica Janet Montes Mendoza, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Karen Alexa Montes, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Mario Alexander Montes, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Raul Montoya, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Giovanna Isabel Morales, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Alyssa Faith Moreno, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Destiny Noelani Moreno, AP Program Grad, DLA, Arts and Humanities. Gustavo Moreno, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Kimberly Navarro, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Nicolas Alejandro Nelson, AP Program Grad, DLA, STEM. David Alejandro Ocampo, cum laude, DLA, Early Grad. Katarina Ochoa, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Courtney Inez Ochoa, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Skylar Jacob Ullman, DLA, STEM, Business and Industry. Jose Manuel Olazaran, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Fatima Olguin, DLA, Spanish Honor Society, Public Services. Juan Antonio Olivares II, AP Program grad, DLA, National Honor Society. Destiny Renee Olivares, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Jorge Horta, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Natalie Ortega Quesada, AP Program grad, DLA, National Honor Society. Marla Angelique Ortez, DLA, RGV Lead, Public Services. Clarissa Lizette Ortiz, STC, DLA, RGV Lead. Emily Elise Payne, cum laude, AP Scholar, AP Program grad. Leah Christine Payne, cum laude, AP Program grad, DLA. Nicole Marie Payne, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Roberto Ernesto Pedrosa, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Andrea Alejandra Peña, magna cum laude, IBDC, AP Program grad. Christopher Ryan Peña, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Crystal Peña, DLA, RGV Lead, French Honor Society. James Isaac Peña, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industries. Michael Alexander Pequeño, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Diego Gabriel Perales, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Saul Perales, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Braulio Perez Ortega, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Roland Tyler Cortez, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Alexis Vianney Cruz, DLA, Multidisciplinary, FHSP, Dual Credit. Carolina Perez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Daniela Anaí Perez, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Jorge Enrique Perez, cum laude, DLA, RGV Lead. Margarita Perez Plasencia, DLA, Spanish Honor Society, Business and Industry. Camila Pesquera, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Adrian Plata de Luna, DLA, STEM, Business and Industry. Katrina de Diaz Boja, cum laude, AP program grad, DLA. Bobby Ray Poole, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jessica Ashley Porras Ayala, DLA, Spanish Honor Society, Arts and Humanities. Emma Ray Prado, DLA, STEM, Public Services. Jennifer Prado, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jacqueline Pruneda, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Joseph Michael Puente, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Yair Puente, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jaylene Jasmine Quintero, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Araceli Ramirez, DLA, RGB Lead, National Honor Society. Carlos Rodrigo Ramirez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Gabriel Alejandro Ramirez, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Jose Angel Ramirez, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Kista Marie Ramirez, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Manuela Anaí Ramirez Gomez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Bilingual, by Literature. Melanie Anaid Ramirez, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Alicia Isabel Ramon Fernandez, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Andrew Ramos, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Diego Sebastian Ramos, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Janitza Alejandra Rangel, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Natalia Raya Baron, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Dean Gabriel Ortega Rayos, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Diego Alberto Regalado, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Armando Karim Resendez, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Laisa Eileen Resendez, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Abigail Reyes, DLA, Early Grad, Multidisciplinary Studies. Karen Denise Reyes Carrizales, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Uciel Reyes, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. UCI. Clarissa Yamalex Reina, DLA, RGB Lead, Spanish Honor Society. Jose Antonio Reina, IB, DC, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Sergio Andres Reina, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Yohali Monserrat Reina Morales, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jorge Rico Cabrera, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Bilingual, by Literature. Eduardo Alejandro Rivas, cum laude, IBDC, National Hispanic Scholar. Liz Violeta Rivera, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Jose Angel Robles Jr., DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Leslie Yaneth Robles, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Mirka Isabel Rocha, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Aglai Alexa Rodriguez Romero, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Ana Luisa Rodriguez, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Arturo Rodriguez, cum laude, AP Program grad, DLA. Christopher Isaac Rodriguez, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Eric Rodriguez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. George Rodriguez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Idam Alexander Rodriguez, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jesse Rodriguez IV, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Jose Fabian Rodriguez, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Maria Melissa Rodriguez, DLA, Early Grad, Arts and Humanities. Melanie Paola Rodriguez Vargas, DLA, Spanish Honor Society, Business and Industry. Ricky Rodriguez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Rodrigo Rodriguez, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Victor Nicolas Rodriguez, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Sara Araceli Rodriguez Signs, DLA, RGV Lead, STEM. Gabriel Angel Rodriguez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Arno Rojas, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Marco Antonio Rosales, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Melanie Elise Rosales, DLA, STEM, Public Services. Ivan Uriel Rosas, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Brianna Nicole Ruiz, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Francisco Ruiz Jr., DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Frida Abriel Ruiz, DLA, RGV Lead, Public Services. Ashley Bernice Sainz, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Yahaira Eileen Salas Martinez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Business and Industry. Nathaniel Angel Salinas, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Paulina Salinas, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alex Sanchez Orozco, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Aviana Elizabeth Sanchez, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Christina Sanchez, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Isaac Devdon Sanchez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Jesus Arnoldo Sanchez, Jr., DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Jose Armando Sanchez, DLA, RGV Lead, Public Services. Kevin Sanchez, AP Program grad, DLA, STEM. Leilani Arleth Sanchez, cum laude, DLA, National Honor Society. Mario Anthony Sanchez, DLA, Foundation High School Program grad. Victoria Marie Sanchez, DLA, RGB Lead, Arts and Humanities. Yahaira Yamalek Sanchez, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. Andrea Santana, DLA, National Honor Society, Arts and Humanities. Antonio Salvador Santos Guerra, IBCC, AP Program grad, DLA. Leila Ariana Sierra, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Matthew Joel Siguero, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Guillermo Alejandro Silva, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Nathaniel Kiani Sassin, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program grad. True Patrick Smith, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alfredo Solis Hinojosa, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Carlos Javier Solis II, magna cum laude, IBDC, AP Scholar with Honors. Sydney Song, AP Program grad, DLA, National Honor Society. Jared Sinadine Soto Salinas, Foundation High School Program grad. Campbell Thomas Spates, AP Program grad, DLA, RGV Lead. Herbie Jonathan Suarez, AP DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Aaron Cohen Tawil, cum laude, IBDC, AP Scholar. Julia Yvonne Taylor, National Hispanic Scholar, DLA, Business and Industry. Cesar Agosto Tineo Castillo, DLA, STEM, Arts and Humanities. Abraham Sabat Torres Dueñas, AP Program Grad, DLA, RGB Lead. Elijah Desiree Torres, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alejandro Torres Monterola, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Carol Lizette Torres Vasquez, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Daniel Ivan Torres, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Fatima Yunin Torres, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Francisco Javier Torres, DLA, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Jorge Alberto Torres Jr., DLA, RGB Lead, Spanish Honor Society. Jonathan Joe Torres, DLA, STEM, Multidisciplinary Studies. Alexandria Monique Tovar, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Adriana Trejo, IBDC, AP Program Grad, DLA. Arlene Trevino, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Daniel Trevino, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Kimberly Ray Trevino, DLA, RGB Lead, National Honor Society. Mareli Trevino, DLA, RGB Lead, Public Services. Alonso Jair Troncoso, DLA, Early Grad, Public Services. Marcos Santana Turk, IBDC, AP Scholar, AP Program Grad. Sebastian Spencer Turk, AP Program Grad, DLA, Business and Industry. John Taylor Stewart, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Leonardo Ignacio Uribe, DLA, RGB Lead, Business and Industry. Isaac Valadez, DLA, Business and Industry, Public Services. Alejandro Gerardo Valdez, DLA, STEM, Business and Industry. Jaime Valencia, DLA, RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Everardo Valle, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Andrea Ali Venegas, DLA, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Desiree Eleanor Vasquez, DLA, RGV Lead, Arts and Humanities. Minu Jacqueline Vasquez, RGV Lead, Business and Industry, Arts and Humanities. Charles Vasquez Casados, DLA, Early Grad, Business and Industry. Denise Guadalupe Vega, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Hector Gael Vega, DLA Public Services. Jasmine Ashley Nicole Velasco, DLA Public Services, Arts and Humanities. Brandy Samantha Velasquez, DLA RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Jesus Roman Velasquez, DLA RGV Lead, Business and Industry. Kia Beth Jasmine Joali Vera, AP Program Grad, DLA Public Services. Michael Ryan Villanueva, DLA STEM Public Services. Diego Villarreal, DLA Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary Studies. Leslie Villarreal, DLA Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. Jeremy Villegas, DLA Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Damian Barron White, AP Program Grad, DLA STEM. Audra Melanie Wright, cum laude, AP Program Grad, DLA. Yasmin Alondra Samaron, DLA, Foundation High School Program Grad. Geraldo Zamora Jr., DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Ronald Boyd Zamora, DLA, Public Services, Multidisciplinary Studies. Sebastian Andres Zamora, DLA, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary Studies. Jared Alexis Ochoa, Foundation High School Program Grad. Enrique Munoz II, DLA, Multidisciplinary Studies, Foundation High School Program Grad. And Jade Gabrielle Paredes, DLA, Public Services, Arts and Humanities. How about a hand for our senior class of 2020? Congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations, graduates and your families. Let's have a round of applause for our students. As you all walk across the stage, it brings back a lot of memories. A lot of memories from the hallways where I saw you walk by. Yeah, and some of you, I saw you often in the halls when you weren't supposed to be in the halls. And others with purpose. And yeah, I saw you, Jesse, wherever you're sitting, I can't tell from up here. And let me tell you that it brings a smile to my face and warmth to my heart to see you again. As much as a student needs a school, the community needs the students, the school needs the students. Our faculty and staff also need students. You make the school great. You make Memorial great. Thank you so much for 4 great years. This year's farewell gift from 2020 has been prepared by Memorial High School senior America Hernandez and Michael Pequeño. Here's the video.
I'm slowly drifting to you. So stars and planets are calling me.
My favorite high school memory was always being able to look up in the stands during a football game and see the crowd, the student section.
Being able to do everything together, from pep rallies to
friendships and memories and bonds that I will forever hold close to my heart.
I wish all of my fellow 2020 classmates the best of luck. Once a Mustang, always a Mustang.
Can you hear me? SOS. Help me put my mind to rest. I'm losing my self-control. Everywhere I go, yeah, you're starting to trickle back in. It's a moment when I show up, gotta stay a while. I can feel your love pulling me up from the underground. Cross my heart, I won't do it again. We could be more than just part-time lovers.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say,
look what you made me do. I was somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with it.
bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love.
I spent 10,000 hours, 10,000 more.
Where's that higher love I keep thinking of?
It's never really over. I'm 100%, keep it moving.
Oh no, there you go, making me a liar. Got me begging you for more. Oh no, there I go, starting up a fire. Don't call me.
You're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always a tough guy. Yeah.
I'm a freaking monster, let me be a motivation.
Oh, 'cause I keep taking myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running and both my feet hurt. I won't stop till I get where you are.
Woke up late. Anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seat, no, that's all me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me. You got it, girl, you got it. It's only you, and you know that it's real. So why would you fight and try to deny the way that you feel? 'Cause I don't care, but I got one thing right. All the bad things dissipate. You're making me feel that maybe I am somebody. Oh, you looking down on us. I'm missing you, bro. I hope you're proud of us. At least I know you made it home. And I know you're not alone. 'Cause now you're singing with the choir. Now you're dancing with the crew. You ain't doing this solo. We all riding with you. No one can put out your fire. Nobody feeling your shoes. 'Cause now you're singing with the choir. We all riding with you. Yeah, yeah. Wanna be free. Come south of the border with me.
I love it for you.
Class of 2020, these past 4 years have gone by in the blink of an eye. My challenge for you is to reflect on what you got here, the successes you have had, and the failures you have learned from, the family and friends that have supported you, and the memories you have made. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. Class of 2020, please stand. We have received our diplomas and have been recognized as graduates of Memorial High School. Now join us in the turning of our tassels on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Class of 2020. Now smile and Mustangs up for our Class of 2020 selfie. Now, the Memorial High School alma mater will now be led by senior choir members Audra Wright, Andrea Ashburn, Andrea Temez, Destiny Moreno, and Arturo Rodriguez. We invite you to stay in your seats and sing along with us. Due to social distancing practices, we will not be joining pinkies as we sing. The alma mater is on the back side of the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful to have been a part of your children's lives and to have shared this very special moment with all of you. In order to maintain proper social distancing, if you're sitting in the stands, we will be dismissing you one row at a time. In the interest of everyone's health and safety, please wait patiently for one of our ushers to dismiss your row. Once dismissed, please exit the way you came in. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Hemos llegado al final de nuestro programa. Con el fin de mantener una distancia adecuada, se despedirá una fila a la vez. En interés de la salud y la seguridad de todos, les pedimos que por favor espere pacientemente a uno de nuestros sujeres para despedir su fila. Una vez despedido, salga de la forma en que entró. Muchísimas gracias por su cooperación. Students, please wait until your row is dismissed and follow your class to the bus portico to receive your senior shirts, your gift bags, and chances to win prizes. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. I officially present the McAllen Memorial High School Mighty Class of 2020.